All right, here we go. My path to Ascension begins here. Turn 13. I have some analysis to share with you guys about how I think the Let's Play's been going. Looking back over the last couple turns, and really the whole last year, I realized I've been kind of playing on tilt, which is a poker concept. But because I'm playing for an audience for the first time, I've been trying to push things faster than I should have and making a lot more mistakes than I usually would as a result. I'm going to calm down and try to embrace the process and enjoy every moment of every turn as we go along here. That said, let's get into some Homestuck, I guess. Ah! Jesus. Alright. He must have figured out that you can copy paste into this game. Alright. We got construction level 2. We got thaumaturgy level 1. We did not yet get alteration level 2, but it's probably only a few more for that. That's some good news. It means we have some new options. We found a bunch of magic sites this turn. That's very good. Ancient Forest, Tar Pits, Mud Field, Sparkling Fields. Nice. And then our battles. Let's see how we did. Please win. Looking good. Nice. Did we lose anybody? We lost one of our footmen. We're gonna need more footmen soon. Nice. All their leaders were dead. We took this province without any casualties. That's really good news. Okay. Unexpected event in Oaklands. A very ill omen was seen, and rumors of it have spread throughout the entire province. Unrest plus 31, misfortune plus 3. Well, that unrest is a little bit annoying. That's a little bit less money. But the misfortune plus 3 doesn't really matter because we already had misfortune 3 in our scales. A series of unfortunate events have redirected important trade routes to other lands. Province incomes minus 10. That's annoying because it's minus 10 gold for every turn for the rest of the game, so that's probably like 600 gold we just lost, in theory. But it's not a big deal. We're going to lose a lot more than 600 gold over the course of this game. We might already have in terms of just lost terrible cavalry. Probably not quite that much, but close. Okay, that's our messages screen. Let's get into the turn itself. These guys can go this way. These guys, let's see, 30 wolf tribe, huh? Yeah, no way. We're actually going to have these guys move back here to combine with these guys, and then they'll take this province and then start moving back up towards Shinyama with reinforcements from here probably, while this army goes here, 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 ideally. Let's see. Option 1 is what I just said. Option 2 would be 1, and these guys will be here. 2, these guys will be here, and these guys will be here. 3, these guys will be here, these guys will be here, right? 1, 2, 3, and 2, 3. Yeah, we want to contest this area from Vanheim, if we can. So, I lied about what we're going to do again. These guys plus these guys should be enough to take a few provinces as long as we don't run into too much heavy cav. And we'll be okay back here. So the sites that we found, Mud Field is Earth Gems, Sparkling Field is Air Gems. Those are both good. Tar Pits is Fire Gems. Another Mud Field, I think, was the other thing we found up here. We're finding so many of this one specific site. Oh, there was an ancient forest that we found. That's 2 nature gems returned. That's awesome. Okay, so let's see. Alright, we looked at last turn stuff. We thought about moving our armies a little bit. Let's figure out paths for these guys to go around. Here's a whole bunch of nuclear monkeys dudes. He's got Lobo Guards, Slave Guardians, Illithids, a Star Spawn. Yeah. Bunch of guys here. We do have something commander-like. We have this guy. He can take enough of them. Let's leave some of these guys behind and get the rest of these archers. Let's see. 14. Yeah, that should work. Alright, so, okay. If these guys go out this way, he can move these guys this way. He wants to go that way, huh? Or he can come down here and take this. Why can't he? He can go here. Oh, it's a forest. These are both forested. Okay. Wow. Okay. Monkey's gonna end up with these 3 swamps. So I should send these guys. Let's see. So it'll take them 2 turns to get here and then take this stuff. We should just send them up this way, and we can send a force all the way through this long trek up to this North Pole sort of zone, or send a big force towards Shinyuyama, depending on how that's looking. Probably towards Shinyuyama is going to be a better plan. Okay. So yeah. This eunuch is going to take this army up this way because we don't have a real commander here this turn. We're going to send this commander down here, I think, because this isn't an army yet, so bringing another leader up next turn will be good enough. Did we get another province where we can make commanders? Oh, we got a scout province. Also has mermen, that's nice. Let's put this province defense up to 5 real quick. Usually I go to 3. We have misfortune and superior province defense, so going to 5 isn't the worst idea. We're going to start making scouts down here so that we can start expanding our vision of the map. Here's another commander province. We're going to start recruiting commanders here as well, I think, unless we have one somewhere closer, which I don't believe we do. Oh, we do. We have these guys. All right, we're going to make commanders down here then, and not out here. Okay. We don't need that extra eunuch anymore. And what did we roll on our guy? Fire end? That's not so bad, but it's not great either. But we are going to recruit at least one more of these alchemists of the 5 elements here. We're going to come down here, and after this guy completes, this celestial master here, we're going to go and make a few more Imperial Alchemists. This guy, so if this guy researches, he researches 20 points a turn. If we have him forge, he can make a number of magic items now. Most of them aren't particularly useful. We don't have great giant guys who are good at punching things or really tough heroes or anything like that. But we can make these, which give 6 extra research points a turn to a unit that's researching. So if he researches by himself, he researches for 20 a turn. If he makes one of those, it will make 6 a turn for the rest of the game. So we waste 20 points by having him do that. It takes about 4 turns to break even on one of those on him. I'm hoping that we'll roll an air on one of these little alchemists of the 5 elements so that we can make quills with a smaller mage, because that way, because we could also do it with a I said sect elder, with a celestial master, but they are also worth a lot more, and so it's not as efficient to do it with them. I'm going to send this guy down here to search next. These guys should be able to expand into this without any problem, as I said. We're going to... We'll make 1 quill with this guy. We will break even eventually. It costs 5 gems. We get 2 per turn. We could also make Buffalo with this guy, I think. I think we got that research. Yeah, we could cast Herd of Buffalo. And it's better if you have higher nature, but it would give us a few large, trampling, angry, berserking dudes to go attack goblins with. We might do that a little bit later. We could also summon a number of other things that aren't quite as useful, but are still good. We'll make 1 owl quill with this guy, and then we'll have him keep searching. This dude we just made because we had extra, but he'll be useful potentially in leading troops in a turn or two, and if we don't need him to lead troops, we'll send him around to raise our defense other places. He's going to give us the last 2 points of defense that a province organizer like this can give you in this province, so we'll be at 19. The way province defense works is that when you go past 20, it adds some additional types of units, but our province defense is very good, so 19 will be a lot. And usually it's not a big deal just having every province on like 1 or 3 province defense. Because we're playing Misfortune, there's going to be more random attacks, and also it's possible we'll get raided later in the game by Vanheim or by people teleporting in. So it would be fun to have surprisingly high province defense everywhere that I didn't have to pay for. So, but any turn we can make a wizard instead of a eunuch, we're going to make a wizard instead of a eunuch. It was just that half of a wizard is less useful than a whole eunuch. Let's see. Yeah, these guys will go this way. These guys will meet up here and then start attacking Shinyama. We'll go through as much of this as we can, and also send a force up this way probably. How's our recruitment up here? How many footmen do we already have up here? Alright. We're actually running out of recruitment points here before we run out of resources. So we have the gold this turn, so I'm going to start building. Oh, we have 2 of these guys. We should move 1. You can move. Why don't you move down this way, and we'll get you to start reinforcing down here, because this is probably going to be, well, let's see. Where has good income? Nowhere? Nice. Yeah, nowhere has really good income. This place probably will have relatively good income and population, but alright. Should look at our research. We've decided on our armies. Our recruitment is as good as we can make it, I think. Yeah. This guy is moving out to keep searching. This guy... Honestly, we should just keep searching with him too. It's going to make more of a difference than... Well, but... Yeah, he should forge for one, so because we'll maybe have more space for him to rotate through if we wait a turn. There'll be less kinks in his path. I don't want him to overlap with this guy right away, if I can avoid it, because while they are searching for some different stuff, most of what they're searching for is the same. And let's look at research, and then we'll decide what our god's going to do. Because there's nothing he needs to forge yet. So I would like our god to be able to... I'm worried about him dying because he's just human-sized, especially if I'm going to use him in battles. So there's a spell I'd really like our god to be able to cast. It is Twice Born, and it is level 4 enchantment. So at some point, I would really like to go up the enchantment tree for that. It means that if he does die, he will come back to life as a white mage. We can also use... is it enchantment also? It might be. Yeah, we can also use Ritual of Returning, which is when he takes damage, he'll teleport home. But we will probably get Enchantment 4 before we get Thaumaturgy 5. Alright, so we're going to get to Alteration level 2 this turn, and then we have Evocation 2 queued up for Web, which will let our little nature mages shoot webbing at the werewolves that Vanheim will probably be bringing to fight us in a little bit, and slow them down as they come to kill our guys, and we can keep shooting arrows into them for longer. It will also get us a few other things, most of which aren't super important. I don't think any of them are really very important, in fact. Eventually, we'll want to get more evocation. The spell we super want, which I think I've mentioned before, is Gifts from Heaven. Also, Stellar Cascades will probably be alright. And Blade Wind. Maybe some of the other ones. But Evo level 2 will be 100. We'll actually hit that this turn too, so we have to decide what other thing we want to go for this turn. Is there anything really useful in low-level enchantment? Not much for anybody but our god. Alright, so we're going to put that off a little bit longer. And we will instead focus on Thaumaturgy for right now. So we can get Sleep and Panic, I guess. Either that or we should go straight Evo. Let me think about it for just a second. Okay, we actually do... Yeah, we do want Strength of Giants from enchantment, and we do want Legions of Steel from construction when we can. So let's go ahead and queue up Construction 3 and then Enchantment 4. Yeah, that's going to be our plan. We might change it next turn, but that'll be our plan for now. I'm going to have our god keep researching for probably one more turn. No, we're going to have our gods start to search for sites. Because I would love to find some high astral and high death sites around. And this is a swamp, so that's a good place to start. That does slow our research down a lot, so we actually won't get all that stuff this turn. But I think we're okay, because we're going to be relying on our armies for a little bit longer anyway. Sorry that I've been letting the pressure of an audience weigh me down a little bit here. I think that now that I'm calm and collected, I'll be able to come back a little bit. And even if I don't, I think we can enjoy being crushed horribly by descendants of the Norse gods and their foul magics over the coming turns. I do want to get off this planet, though. So, regardless of anything else that happens, before we lose, we got to get off this planet. That's our personal victory failure condition. And that should be the turn. This is my path to ascension to wow. This is my path to ascension begins here. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.